Yeah, what up, good people? Welcome to another episode of the Strategically Reckless Podcast. I am your host, Dave Brown, aka Mr. 710, and I am glad that you are joining us once again. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, hey, got one of them shows playing for y'all today. Your boy beat down. Beat down, not a lot, but a little. Not a lot, but a little bit. Man, it's been one of those weeks, yo. It's been one of those weeks. But on today's show, we're going to talk about getting snowed in again. We're going to talk about Nelly and Snoop. Talk about this Super Bowl as well as getting stuck and talking about standards as well as, you know what? Depending on what this chat room looks like, we're going to do some trivia called Name That Character. And damn, we should have said something sooner. Hopefully, Mailman Moby hop up in here, but if he don't, like I said, I don't think this is going to be a long one today. I got a lot of stuff playing. Man, this season is almost coming to an end. It's almost, do you know, February 17th, actually February 20th is when the first show back to 710 of Slickville was rocking. Yeah. It's on its way. I got some stuff dropping that I can't wait to show. I cannot wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. That's all I'm going to say. But listen, last week, I'm hoping that everybody was out here being safe in these streets. I was mad a little bit. I ain't going to say I was mad. That's probably the wrong word. I was disappointed because I end every show, and not that everybody watched, but a lot of people should. I say, hey, before we get out of here, y'all be safe out in these streets. And then we end the show, boom. And for some reason, when I said that, everybody decided that I'm going to beat that snow. I'm going to beat the snow. I ain't worried about it. It ain't going to snow for real. It already snowed. It ain't going to do it for real. It ain't going to do it again. I'm going to beat that snow right quick. I know it say it's supposed to start at 2, but I'll beat that snow. Don't worry about it. I just got to run to Walmart and get some toilet paper. Run to Walmart and get some toilet paper right quick. Let me bring Mailman Moby in. Mailman Moby, what's happening, partner?
What up, Slick?
Man, I was telling how I was mad. I was mad last week because we end every show. Hey, y'all be safe out in these streets.
I know where he going.
Now y'all gotta go out there though. Like that ain't what that means. Y'all, you don't have to go out there. Let's start there. But I know in front of my house, it's downhill one way, and it's around curves on the other side of the house. So you gotta come down the hill this way and around the curve the other way. A blind curve at that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, you're not gonna beat the snow. If they say it's gonna snow, if your mill ain't running that day, because they said it's gonna snow, then you need to stay your ass at home. If they not coming to get your trash on that day, you need to stay your ass at home. If they told your kids that they can't even come to school that day, you should stay your ass at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Moby. You know, so my wife had to go to Boston on that Tuesday. Her flight was
Mm.
leaving at 2:35. In my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, "Hey, she not gonna make it." And selfishly, I'm not gonna be stuck at the crib with these kids because I know how Atlanta be Atlanta sometimes when it's snowing and whatnot. Look, they missed school when it was windy one day, so I
Yeah, that's
know
crazy.
on this second snow that it was gonna be over with for a minute. Man, Moby, she made it out. The snow didn't start until 2:45. By 3 o'clock, I had three cars sitting in front of my house. They couldn't go nowhere. But by 4 o'clock, I had six cars out there. They couldn't go nowhere. And one of them was in my front yard, like for real, for real.
Yeah.
Now, on my door, there's a sign that say, "Hey, do not knock on my door. Do not ring this doorbell unless you have something you need me to sign or it's a super emergency." And I don't even know if the emergency is on there, but I think if it's something I need to sign is on there, then you can ring the doorbell. Hey man, this dude walks up to the house and rings the doorbell, and my dogs lose it. Like they were fine, sit in the window, watching them do their thing. They were fine. Soon as Buddy rang the doorbell, they lost it. I lost it. I was pissed off. And I'm like, "Hey, can't you read? What?" I always answer the door. What? What?
Yeah.
Yo.
What did he say anything to you? Like what did he say?
Hey, excuse me, buddy. I was just wondering if I could leave my car up in the front here because it's snowing out here. Like, hey. First of all, what'd you think I was gonna say? Hey, no, man, you can't figure it out.
Yeah,
Y'all
pick
can't
it
leave
up.
y'all can't leave y'all can't leave y'all cars on my property.
Hey, what you gonna say? Yeah, pick it up, take it with
Hey, listen. What we gonna do is we're gonna come up with a plan so you can move your car off my property.
you. Mm-mm.
And you know what? You know what? These people, they all got stuck the same way. They all got stuck the same way. They came down the hill, and on their way back up, passing my house, they stopped. Because
On
the
the
car that was
on
coming
going,
around the
you have a
corner,
hill going up there.
yeah, like you come down, and passing my house, you on your way back up.
Oh, okay.
And so it ain't steep, but it's enough. And
It's
then you
enough.
had the
It's
people coming from
nice.
the opposite direction that's sliding into this curve because the curve pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
So now they gotta stop. As soon as you stop, your wheels start spinning. Like, cause now you can't get them back going because the snow is trash. We had the worst snow.
Mm.
Like this one, that snow that packs straight down. That when you step on it, you track it in the house, and
Yeah, yeah.
it come in the house white. Like
Mm-hmm.
that snow, that snow was out there that day,
Get
and,
stuck
and
on
it
your
all
feet
just,
like mud.
yep, packed down. It was already under freezing, and so it just packed right in the ice.
Wow. What it's looking like out there now?
All right. I think I still got some snow in the backyard, but they don't get a whole lot of sunlight. But
Oh, okay.
man, I had about 16 cars. It looked like an apocalypse out there, where it was just no everybody was getting out and leaving their vehicles and walking
Then they couldn't
somewhere.
do nothing.
Couldn't do nothing. It was cold as hell. Couldn't do nothing.
That's
Hey man,
crazy.
I had to get the strap. I
just
ain't,
in
I
case.
ain't, I ain't know how hungry people were.
If they got too hungry, you're gonna feed
Nah, I already thought of and look, they already disrespected the sign.
them.
So,
Yeah,
so I don't trust
how them
nobody.
how them bullet taste.
Hey, hey, he lucky I opened the door. Hey, I don't just be opening the door, but it was snowing outside, and so I was like, that's the least I could do. But don't get beside yourself. Stay back there, buddy.
Right, man,
But
that's crazy, man.
anybody that's
It's,
willing to be like, hey, I'm scared. Hey, I'm not in that way. But when you be
mhm.
like, hey, I'm scared, nigga, I do something. I do something that's out of character. If I tell you I'm scared, I'm gonna do something out of character. So you probably need to stay over there. Well,
Like a raccoon. You know how they say the raccoon, you corner them, they come out fighting.
hey, that's their starting point. They're
Hmm.
not even trying to reason with you. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to figure this out. But man, it was so messed up, man. Look, so the girls was out of school for MLK Day, right? So
Yeah.
out of school, so it's the weekend, MLK Day, then Tuesday it snowed, Wednesday it was ice. So they was out of school 6 days.
I was about to say that. It was all sound like this out almost a week.
That's a whole damn vacation. I'm like, yo, come on, man. And for 3 of them days, she gone. She all 2 days, 2.5 days.
You
She
got
out.
you sitting
She
at the
gone
house by yourself.
all day. They lit, trying me. Cause hey, Moby, I told you that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my life around and not react negatively to things that I don't like. Like I'm trying to do better. As soon
Yeah.
as I said that shit out loud, and I feel like everything has been trying me in that way. Like I was like, I'm gonna do a better job of not responding, in anger when something happens, and I need to be calm and I almost felt like
Yeah.
I turned into sunflower a little bit. Like, look,
You reflected on life.
when the 2-year old, as soon as I said it, the 2-year-old stood in front of me and doo doo. And now she can
Mm.
tell me that she got to go to the potty, but she didn't tell me that she pooped until after she had part of the log hanging out out her booty. And I'm
Oh
like,
man.
why would you do this? Why would you do this? Like I felt like I was like, oh, this is. I want to say I want to be rough with her because I'm like, you know better. But then I was like, I'm trying to turn my life around.
I mean, woosah,
Why would
woosah.
why would you do this? This makes no sense. I don't understand. And
That's the
then
way it is, man. That's
like
life.
every life customers trying me. Hey,
Hmm.
I I realized that I like this better this way after you made it. Hey,
Hmm.
you sent me this logo. I didn't do this. Like you sent it. I made it the other way because I thought it was gonna look better. And you was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, well I need all of mine done like that. You think you can fix it? I can, but it's going. This was a throw-in shirt. You was like, I didn't know I preferred it like this.
Right.
Fine.
That's crazy.
Glorilla, what up, though?
What up,
What up?
caller?
How you living?
What it what it do? What it do?
Hey, you know what? I know Moba ain't gonna like this, but one time for the Super Bowl. Hey, hey, look. I'm gonna tell you what, Moby. I would have. You had it bad both ways, right? I would have not watched a whole lot of Super Bowl coverage because it would have been nonstop. Did the Bears take the wrong quarterback?
Man,
Nonstop. Did the
that's
Bears take the wrong
crazy.
quarterback?
That's crazy to think.
Bang!
Because because at the same time you want to look at it and be like, man, he got a maybe he had a better team, but then it's like, no, his stable of wide receivers is a lot better than the Commanders.
Man, I
But
tell you what, the Commanders had A+ coaching this year.
yeah, I
They
give
had,
it to them. They did,
yeah, they had A+ coaching this year. I can give them that. Like they had A+ coaching. Like I know
and a
people
lot of
here,
good luck
right? Like stuff
because they
failed.
won like 6 games by like the last point, like the
Yep.
last minute. I mean, like well, last score or whatever. But I mean, hey, it's that's why we watch the game.
So in this Super Bowl, Kansas City versus Philly, you going for Kansas City?
Yeah, I have to. I can't see Philly. I can't see Philly winning this. I can't. Come on, man. I already didn't want to watch them in Washington play, but it was like a joy and a sadness. Like I knew one of them was gonna lose, but the sadness is one of them got to win. So I was like, dang. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
he was
whoever
like,
made it after that, I'm like, yeah, KC, go ahead and take them on out.
he was like, yeah, I can't have my division. I can't have my division.
Mm-mm.
Like I can't cheer for them. Like there's no way that I would cheer for. I wouldn't cheer for. I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't cheer for Green Bay at all. I wouldn't care who they was playing.
That's the way Philly and Cowboys are.
I
It's
wouldn't.
that
I wouldn't care
we
who
can't
they
do
was
it.
playing. Like
Now, if
Detroit.
Washington would have won, I would have been all right with it. I would have been going for Washington.
Dang. Yeah, man,
But
I
we
probably still would
Philly and Cowboy like they class like this, man. You know that.
said, "Oh, come on, Moby." No, it's just certain teams you can't cheer for. Like I wonder who's gonna be the first team to start. Like outside of Buffalo, what other fan base is gonna hate Pat Mahomes? Because
Shoot.
I would just assume the other three teams in the division, of course, and then Buffalo. Hey, but I feel like Philly might be next. Philly
But
might
the
be next.
the thing with the Chiefs is like it's not so much they even hating Mahomes anymore. It's just that they get to the point where they like the Patriots, and it's like, dang, it's like okay, all right, we tired of seeing you in the AFC Championship every year, Super Bowl every now at this moment now every for the past 3 years, and it's
But
like
did they?
okay, now y'all getting like the Patriots.
People didn't like Tom Brady at one point. Like they was like, oh, okay, Tom. Oh, now y'all want to call him the GOAT. Like
Yeah.
at some point they gonna look.
Well, it's
See,
just when your team don't make it, they just get to a point where you get tired of it. You just get
Mahomes,
tired of seeing them.
Mahomes in a
And
wrap.
and the thing is they people like Mahomes and Brady, they not even when you listen to them talk, they're not even like bad guys. You know what I'm saying? They don't get on there trying to bash the other team. They don't get on there trying to make it seem like their teammate messed up and not them. They get on there, they even when the other team went there, they talking good about the other quarterback, they talk but it's just the idea that they just keep winning. And you just get to a point, it's like, okay, everybody gets to a point where they get tired of seeing the same person.
And you know what?
If you're a fan.
Because you say that, it makes sense that I had cousins that couldn't stand MJ. I had cousins that couldn't stand MJ. It makes sense to me now because you knew MJ. MJ was one of them safe bets. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It ain't but a few. like safe bets in sports. Like MJ in
Yeah,
the finals was one of them. Like Floyd Mayweather, safe bet. You just know he ain't.
yeah,
You just know he ain't gonna lose. Tiger Woods with the lead, ain't nobody catching him. You
nobody catching him.
go ahead and chalk that on up.
Yep.
Safe bet.
That's all. As you get to that point where you just get tired of saying the same thing.
Pat Mahomes might be a safe bet, man.
Yeah, it's say bet if I had to, if I'm a betting man, I'm definitely betting on the Chiefs. Sorry, Carla, but I'm hey, if I'm a betting man, but even if I'm not a betting man, I'm betting on them just because I feel it. They keep that's just one more thing they have over our head. They already got over our heads that they the NFC champs.
Hey,
But
man.
if they keep going to the NFC, if they keep going to the Super Bowl and losing, you know, that's one of them gut punches, man. It's like, dang, we
They'll
keep
be
making it this far,
Buffalo.
keep losing.
They'll be Buffalo. Okay, so let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Would you rather? Damn. Hey, Buffalo got a history of losing in the worst of ways. So Josh Allen has lost 4 AFC Championship games, right?
All to
And
Mahomes.
Jim Kelly lost folks. Jim Kelly and another quarterback lost. Buffalo lost to 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Hmm.
What would be worse?
Losing the Super Bowl?
Losing the Super Bowl over the AFC Championship?
Yeah, because yeah, definitely Super Bowl because you made it to the top. Like AFC is like, hey, I was almost there, but you can kind of get over there. You like, well, it's all good. We almost there. But when you make it to the top, like it's like if I'll put it to you like that, maybe this will work. It's like if you play the lottery and you get all 5 numbers right, and the lad that sixth number was 24, and your number was 23. But let's say you play the lottery, you get all 5 numbers, and the number was 24, and your number was 15. You like, oh, well, you way off. You like, hey, well, I was close enough. But if it's 23 and the number is 24, the man, I was right there. I was, come on. It's just that much more that make you go crazy.
I get it. I get it. Carla says she'd rather get to the Super Bowl versus always losing in the conference game. And you
Yeah,
know what? This is
that's what
this
I
is the
say.
messed up part. Like, so we talk about there was this stretch. We bring up MJ where if you was in the Eastern Conference, you wasn't winning. LeBron, if you was in the Eastern Conference, you weren't going to the finals. LeBron was going to the finals, and it didn't matter what team he was on, he was going to the finals. And
Yep.
so, does that diminish? Does that diminish the people that go to the finals and then lose, or the teams that couldn't? So the people that get to the finals and lose, they lose to LeBron. They it's better that they lose to LeBron in the finals rather than lose to LeBron in the conference finals. So like those Derrick Rose teams, the Atlanta Hawks teams that was real good with Joe Johnson and Al Horford them, like
Hmm.
they don't get as much props because they had to see LeBron first instead of
The
OKC when
finals. Yeah. I ready. I'm like Carla said. I ready to make it to that top and lose, than make it just keep losing in the conference.
man, I feel like it's gonna be a whole bunch of AFC quarterbacks that ain't gonna get their shot all because of this dude.
It's a lot. It's a lot now. Josh
Already.
Allen, the Burrows.
Like Joe Burrow got to they got to a Super Bowl once.
Yeah, he the one. Yeah, he the one. Only one that one of the ones that knocked Pat off.
And
That's
didn't
why
seal,
he got so many props.
didn't seal the deal.
Yeah, he got all them props, but then he couldn't. That was
So
it.
so it's like, it's almost like the AFC is the Western Conference from a few years ago, where it's like,
Yep.
yo, you just gotta deal with it. And then the NFC is like the Eastern Conference, where it's kind of wide open.
Yeah.
Man, I think
Yeah. Burrow beat him.
I don't know who I want to win this Super Bowl. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about it.
For me, this is another one. This is almost like that AFC game. I mean, the NFC Championship. To me, it's a win. It's like a. I would rather that the Eagles lose because of they in my conference and we have the rivalry that we have. But at the same time, if they stop Pat from making it three-peat, I don't know. It's just one of them things that's in my head. Like you know how you always want your team to be the one to do whatever that's not been done. And even though we ain't been doing nothing. But if anybody do it, I'd rather that my team be the one to be able to do it if it ever happens.
Do you think a three-peat puts Mahomes in GOAT status, like right up there with Brady, right away?
Oh, ASAP. He already in the. He's not in the same room because seven is,
Yeah,
bro.
seven when the other person got three.
Seven is something else. Seven
Yeah,
is a
that's more than
when you
double.
when you just sit and think back, because we lived it and it didn't really, as they tell you, there's a lot of the talk shows be saying now, cherishing the moment, but we didn't really cherish the moment, man. Seven is a lot,
Hey man,
no matter where you play at.
there's whole franchises that don't have seven.
Yeah,
The Bears being one of them.
yeah, all of them. The only one, the highest is six.
And that was
Um,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh and the Patriots, of course, the Pittsburgh, the Patriots, and then after that it's five. It goes to the five, and that's the San Francisco, Dallas. I think, yeah, I
Hey,
think it's just San Francisco and Dallas, and then Green Bay is four.
and he know them stats. He know them stats when it comes to keeping Dallas up top.
I have to because we gotta try to. And even though it don't even matter because that's the first thing everybody say. Oh, you keep keeping up with something 30 years ago, but I mean, come on, man.
Hey,
So now 30 years only matter with the Cowboys.
Moby said, "All my life I had to fight." I was
All
like,
my life I had to fight. That's the part that makes it good about being that because I always been alone anyway. You know me, I always been alone anyway.
man,
So
I
that,
hate it.
when they do that, I always like it. But it's like but at the same time, I do get on your nerve when they do the same old stuff. Like, okay, come on.
Hey, hey, look, Carla's hating. She said he shouldn't be close to Tom Brady because he left and went to another franchise and won immediately. I don't think Pat would do that. I mean, Pat got one of them long contracts. He
Pat can
signed,
call him. Pat can do that. Pat can go to another place. Tom Brady with the Tampa, he had Godwin, Mike Evans. He had the defense was I think the defense was like top three.
had
So
Gronkowski.
he had Gronk. Yeah, so he didn't. It ain't like he went to Tampa and just went to like the. I'm trying to think of a trash team this year, but he didn't. He went with some weapons.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
I
because
tell
they
you what.
they blew the Chiefs out. I remember that day. I remember that Super Bowl when we sit out. I went over a friend house. It was cold as hell outside. I remember that Super Bowl because they blew the Chiefs out.
You know what you're gonna do for the Super Bowl?
Nah, probably one of the friends probably went over their house, but that's about it.
Hey man, we definitely gonna have to do a Super Bowl party etiquette segment.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Hey, hey, cause
What is
look,
it? 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
No, well, 2 weeks from Sunday.
I I don't do a whole lot of sports, but I wanna tell y'all congratulations on y'all defensive coordinator. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's happening. That's
Why would
happening.
you do that though? I mean, all that we going through right now, this is what you gonna do.
Hey man,
You know what?
congratulations.
Maybe he'll be a better coordinator than he was a coach because he can just focus just on defense. That's my hope. I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I
Hey,
don't know.
no man, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be honest with you. He is a better defensive coordinator than he is a head coach. Y'all got a
Well,
good
I
defensive
sure hope.
coordinator.
Well, I
He
sure
he
hope so.
he's a hell of a defensive coordinator.
What
I
you
can
call
give
it?
him
Taking shots.
that.
Literally, Schottenheimer taking shots.
Hey man, I don't look. I don't know what y'all owner doing, but y'all got faith. Y'all got faith in Jerry that Jerry gonna do the right things and figure it out because that's what Jerry
Hey
do.
man, right now we just stuck, man. Ain't nothing we can do, man.
And look,
But
let me
even
ask you this.
still, man, I've been telling my friends, ain't nothing you can. Even if you don't get the right players, it don't matter. A really good coach might win you maybe one or two more games because of coaching in the right moments and the right time. But if you ain't got the players, it don't matter.
Would you have rather had the old coach or y'all new coach?
What you mean, the old coach, the one we just had?
Yeah, McCarthy.
Yeah, I already had McCarthy back.
All right,
If I had to choose those two,
I was making sure I wasn't
but
making sure I wasn't wilding. Hey, speaking of wilding, real quick. So Nelly and Snoop Dogg performed at some inauguration parties, right? And all right, so I understand there's an understanding that I have of why somebody would go ahead and do it in the first place. More so Nelly than Snoop Dogg. Now, the thing about Snoop Dogg is you can't. It's the video that he made first.
hmm
That had he not made that video and just did it, like, all right, it was a little. He was lining your pockets. All right, bet, fine. That's how I kind of look at Nelly's situation. Like Nelly was like, I'm from St. Louis. I never get a chance to meet the president again. A
yeah.
president, any president. So I'm gonna go out here and do this.
And
They
he
gonna
used to
pay
sing about
me
Trump in his song.
and pay me good. Yeah. And so, Moe, I'm gonna ask you this, buddy. You can sing. If
Mhm.
Donald J. Trump called you to perform, and they paying for everything. You ain't gotta come out of pocket for nothing. You just performing. You ain't even gonna have to DJ like Snoop did.
Shit, man. I'm gonna be up there with a Make America Great hat on, talking about something. Oh, say, can you see? you, give me my money. Shit, give me my money.
Hey, what
What?
what you what you tried to sing half of your Express Mail album?
Oh shoot, man. They got the money, so you gonna have to come on with it. I want what everybody else getting.
Hey, run it.
I want what everybody else give me. At least drop me off at least about 10 stacks.
You got hey, y'all hear that? Y'all gotta come with the 10K to hear she was on my mind.
Hey man, look. Hey, if they got the money, I got the time.
Oh
Give me
my
that money.
mind. Oh, that is great. Oh man, that is great. That is so great.
Man, I'll be sitting right up there, man. I ain't got no shame in my game for that right there. I mean, 'cause what's they gonna do? I mean, if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do
Absolutely, absolutely.
it. I mean,
And so I was wondering, like, would that be so? I look at that like there's no other instance in which people would necessarily have a problem with who you perform in front of. And I'm not gonna pretend like there's been some boxing events that's been held out in like Saudi Arabia in which it just kind of looks weird. Just the aesthetic of seeing these two dudes fighting in the ring and all of these like I don't know, sheik or whoever sitting up there with their little robes on and they not really cheering, they just sitting there watching like entertain
hmm
me. Entertain me,
yeah.
you peasants. And so it just looked funny. It looked funny when I see that. I'm, I'm,
And
I'm
you
tripping.
don't like that?
I don't know if I like that. It's almost feel like if you like Snoop and Nelly and you performing in front of and you performing in front of that type of crowd or a type of crowd that don't really rock with they rock with you because you can perform, but they don't rock with y'all
What you?
because
Yeah.
they
So
can be.
what were they? What was it for? Like, that's what I'm feeling. I didn't see it, but I heard about. I
So
did see the Snoop. I saw his previous post about him talking about people that perform for him. But what's the? I mean, like, what setting or where would they have to be performing for them to be performing?
like it was like inauguration parties, man. But you kind of gotta be safe. Snoop safe now.
Hmm.
Weed is legalized in a lot of states, so Snoop is safe now. Like he
Right.
done hung out with what's the lady name that cook? You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Yeah. So he done hung out with Martha Stewart, and yeah, she got arrested once, but was it arrested or Matt might have said nigga once, but come on, man, like Snoop safe, Nelly been safe. Nelly was safe right after
Take
tip
your
drill.
clothes off.
Right after tip drill. After tip drill and he made Dilemma with Kelly Rowland, he was safe.
Yeah, and I think he made a country song too with somebody.
Yeah, he was safe after that. We can trust you not to get out of
Yeah,
pocket, Nelly. Cor-
yeah. Snoop is the
Cornell.
go-to for that kind of crowd. He like you talk about rap. They're like, yeah, I know Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, look, and then they go home and tell their friends that they smoke pot with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
White people smoke pot still. That shit is hilarious. And like it's funny hearing some of these stories about black people like weed and stuff like that. So like black people back in the day smoked reeper, and white people smoked pot, and Snoop smoked everything. Smoked
Hmm.
everything. But look, I almost feel like I was wondering, like, would that be considered kind of lowering your standards for who you perform for? If you would do it for everybody or anybody,
I guess it would kind of lower it, but in that case, it's like, I mean, that's the president of the United States. I mean, you can't get no higher praise than that. I mean, as in,
I,
if you're thinking about your brand,
I mean,
because once people gonna be calling them now.
what if like have you ever performed for any criminals? And it was like, yeah, there was one He was a felon. But
If he did say that again,
performing for criminals.
if you
Cause,
perform for crime.
yeah, because fam is a felon.
I'm sitting there trying to think of the prison. You up here trying to sneak one in on the old boy. You try to hit him when you gotta come from the side, hit him right there inside.
Right to the top. Hey yo. But look, I was wondering, man, because we all have standards for things that we do and and things that we like, right?
Yeah,
So as far as your preferences go when it comes to females, how far straight, like, would you consider, if you look at the girls that you dated, would you consider you got a type?
oh for sure. Yeah,
Do you want to? Do you
but
want
the
to?
thing is, I'm not. The thing about me, I have a look that I kinda go for, kinda,
Uh
but then
huh.
it's like I'm not. Some people are like when it comes. Some people are like strictly stuck on that this certain look. Like me, I'm like it's not. I'm not stuck on that look. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like I can see the. I'll say it's like I can see the pattern, but I'm not. It's not because I'm just going just for that look, but it's just I can see the pattern.
I was wondering, does that does that line up with the 80%? Like your type,
Hmm.
like your prototype, and where you get 80% from. Like, cause I know it's sometimes you might look over and be like, oh, like, I didn't mean to make eye contact with you. I was, I was looking over
No, 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 my bad, not you, my bad, my
Hey, turn that back down. That's 40%. That's 40. 40.
bad. No,
Hey,
actually, my the that pattern I go for is usually probably about 60% because it's a little bit harder for me to get that.
you just rip the band-aid off. Hey, Moby, do you date white women?
Oh yeah, I have not like I don't have a preference as when it comes to that. Like I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna date nobody white, but I have before.
Oh. Oh, man, that's funny. Hey, wait, hold on. I, that is
Now that I think
hilarious.
about it, one of my better relationships was with a white girl
Hey, man,
when I first got here.
white girl. Hey, so when I was coming up, I actually looked back and I was like, let me see what, like, if I had, like, if I had a type, over my dating stages, and it was like, man, I was all over the place. I went through a phase of light skinned girls with big breasts, and then it went from light skinned girls with big breasts to light skinned girls with big booties, and then dark skinned girls with big booties, and dark skinned girls with big breasts, and then medium colored girls that was just average build. I'm
You
like,
were never with the snow though, was you?
no, I ain't. No, no,
I
I
didn't
ain't.
think so. 'Cause I was trying to think of the times the people back when we was in school. I was like, I don't think he with the snow.
No, Slick ain't hit the funny. Slick ain't hit the slopes.
Something for the bunnies.
Yeah, I ain't really delve into the snow that often, and so
Nah, but
I
I
think
didn't have it. I mean, I didn't have it all from dark to white. It didn't. I didn't have a. But I do have, like I said, I can see it. It's a pattern. I can see a pattern if I had to choose. But if they look good, I didn't care.
you with it. Look,
Yeah.
you would have changed your life for Maya though.
Oh yeah.
You
And
changed your
that's
whole
the
life.
pattern. That's the pattern right there that I usually the Maya type that type look. The
A light
I like that
skin,
look.
a
Yeah, the
slam.
little foreign. And it's
Yeah,
nothing against
yeah.
dark skin. It's just I'm dark skinned, so I just like something lighter than me. I see my dark ass like every day in the mirror, and I see that in my dark booty in the mirror.
Ew.
I want to see a light skinned booty, but it's not a. But like I said, it's not strictly like I have to. It has she has to be light skinned.
Hey,
No,
so
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, cuz. That's what I said. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
it be look some of that stuff be oh dang.
No, I
Hey,
do. I mean, it's like you. It's like the whole. It's like the whole. You know how they say the whole opposite attract type thing, and that's all it is. It ain't. It ain't that I'm. Like I said, it ain't nothing wrong. And
hey,
like I said, I've dated dark skin, light skin. It's not a preference, but it's just a. I know I've been more attracted to lighter skinned women than I have to darker skinned women.
hey, that is
Dude,
wild.
I gotta take a shower, cuz. What you talking about? I gotta take a shower. I see it all the time. I see my booty all the time. No, I'm not digging myself hard. One thing about me is I say what I'm gonna say. Anybody that know me, I say what I'm gonna say, and I mean what I say. Ain't no hole being dug. Yeah, your husband know me. He know I say
Yeah.
what I say, and I mean what I say.
Oh yeah. That is man. I tell you what. It's it's crazy because I started thinking like so because I was asked and then you start looking at all right, you hear the conversation like, well, I typically wouldn't date a light skinned dude. And I look at it like, all right, well, like I said before, like, hey, they be like, yeah, I typically wouldn't date a light skinned dude, but then a week later I've hit it. And so it's one of those things where, all right, it be happening. Like we all have our preferences. I be wondering
You know,
like how far do some people be willing to bend off of those preferences because I know that I've had, you know, a few ladies bend off of them being like, I don't mess with light skinned dudes, but you're a
yeah,
little different. You're different. And so like
yeah.
I
We
bet I
all have
am.
that little. It's all like the like I've had girls say the same thing, like just like you. They come off of it a little bit. I usually don't date nobody under 6 foot. I'm like, yeah, hey, if you like them over 6 foot, hey, I ain't got no problem with it. Just do your thing. I ain't got no problem with it. But I like you, just like you said, I had some come off of that little. Well, I mean, okay, you taller than me. Okay, well, it is what it is.
Look, you look at it at the end of the day, they all be all right. But when I look at it, like, let me see. Come on, man. Look, that is a pulled out his shovel. he done, he done pulled out his shovel. And he was like, yo, if it don't fit, he walking around with that little bitty glove. He wouldn't bought one.
Yeah, he like him Serena. He like that the Serena, thick Serena. I said, all right, cuz
Hey, man. Hey, look, Catsuit Karina back in the day had me in the chokehold. It was bad. It was bad news for a whole lot of people. Like,
Serena.
yeah, in the catsuit Serena.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
new
Serena. Yeah, Yeah,
This, this
Serena, she was loaded.
post post baby with the white dude, Serena is not quite the same. I don't know what happened. She might have went and got some work done, and it just wasn't the same.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if I like
it's one picture where she like it's in a magazine where she like bleached her skin or something.
it. Yeah, not a
I'm
fan.
like, come on now, calm down now. Don't do that.
Not a fan. We not asking for those things.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, look, you put up a post the other day that was like, black people love to say, "Damn, you should have said something sooner."
Yeah.
What do you tell people you should have seen something sooner, said something sooner than?
Oh man. If it's some kind of event, like if somebody asked me, like say it's a Super Bowl party, and it's somebody I don't really mess with like that. You know what I mean? They'd be like, man, I'm having this
Yeah,
Super Bowl party. It's such and such. I might be like, man, you should have told me sooner. I would have came if you told me sooner. Such and such invited me to theirs, even though they might have not invited me or told me about it. I'm like,
hey
man, you
man,
should have told me sooner, man. I would have went.
I do that every time somebody asks me to help them move.
That's cold, man.
every time,
That's cold blooded. Man, that's cold.
every time somebody asks me to help them move, I'll be like, "Dad, you should have told me sooner, man. I gotta do something with the kids." Hey, it'd be like, yo, oh damn, when you moving? 2 weeks from now? So
Mm.
we got training that
Man,
day.
man, I had told. That's the first thing. Man, I had told. You had told you a lie.
Hey man, look, if I gotta go out of my way, if I'm inconvenienced in any kind of way, I'd be like, damn, you should have told me sooner. You should have told me sooner. Like if I'm the slightest inconvenience, if I gotta make two lefts when I could have only made a right to get home, I'd be like, man, had you told me sooner, I just made that left. I just got on the highway. Had you told me sooner, look, Carla, I tell you what, Carla almost, she invited me to this bowling tournament. And man, on the way out there, like the times kind of got mixed up. Like it said one time on the flyer, she told me a different time, and then there was a time that she told me on a different flyer that she sent. And so I'm getting there, and I'm planning on getting there at the time that she sent. The
Mm.
start time was an hour earlier. And so I'm rolling along like, yo, had she called me sooner, I would have left sooner. But had it been a little bit later, I'd have been like, hey,
They
I
ain't
ain't
gonna
gonna,
make it.
I ain't gonna make it. I'm
Not gonna do
sorry,
it.
I'm not gonna be able to make it, man. I'm, I'm sorry, good people, not gonna be able to make it.
Sorry. Well, oh, I'm trying to think of that.
Oliver
That
Craig
Martin.
and them.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. I told Craig and them. I was gonna kick it with them. See you when I see you.
See you when I see you. When it comes to hey, can you drop me off? Oh man, I wish you had told me sooner, man. I ain't gonna be able to make it. You know, I ain't look, all of that stuff, it goes like which way you gotta go. Oh man, I gotta go that way. Dang, I gotta go this way. And so
Yeah.
man, I
Now,
wish you
if it's
had told
somebody
me
I don't
sooner.
mess with, I sure will. I'll make up something. But man, hey man, I gotta get back to the house, man. I gotta go get my youngin, man. Yeah, if it's somebody I don't fool with, and
Man, I gotta get back to the house so I can put some air in my air fryer, man. I ain't gonna be able to do it for you. I ain't, I ain't even gonna be able to do it. Hey, so I just, Facebook memories be popping up, and I got a memory about being stuck, being stuck in the cabins, man. Last
Mm,
year, not last year. It was a couple years ago. We got stuck up in the cabins, and they ended up we went to an Airbnb. This was over like it came. I don't know why it came up this date, but it's probably a date that we had got a chance to come back. And
mm,
you go to the Airbnb, you go out to the mountain and stay in them cabins, and a lot of them cabins be real nice. And it got to snowing the day before we were supposed to leave. Now we leave a day
mm.
early. We don't know if we're gonna get our money back, but we get home safe. We stay and get our money's worth from the cabin. We end up being stuck there an extra 2 days. They didn't charge us for it.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't charge us for it. But we were stuck. We were stuck. Now we had went and bought a whole bunch of groceries and stuff like that. We was up in Blue Ridge, and there was a whole lot of Trump supporters up there. And
Yeah.
man, when I tell you, it was so like it wasn't bad being stuck there because the scenery was nice. It just sucked that we couldn't get back home.
Yeah.
But it got me to thinking about the places that I enjoy that I wouldn't want to be stuck at. Like I wouldn't want to be stuck out on a cruise ship because I feel like
Oh man.
we do plenty of cruising, but if we
I ain't
wasn't
never
gonna be
even
able
been
to
on
make
one.
it back within a decent amount of time, like I feel like they only bring out stuff for the amount of time that you're gonna be on there, and maybe a day or two longer. Like if you were stuck for like 3 days,
Yeah.
I don't know where they'd be getting this food from. Like ain't nobody out there fishing.
Man, I couldn't even imagine because I don't even want to be going. People be talking about cruises and stuff, man. I can't see myself on all that water, man. And especially
Well,
mess around and get stuck out there.
you don't think about the water until you go outside the boat and be out the
Yeah,
boat.
people keep telling me that, man. But I know I'm gonna think about the damn water.
It's like a floating hotel. You go and you get an inside cabin room. You don't even really see the water unless you go up to the outside.
Man, people be
We get.
telling me about it, man. You need to go on a 3 day cruise. If you're gonna go, you need to go on a 1 day and just check it out. Man,
I ain't no one. I ain't no one. You do about a 4 day cruise and take you out to the Bahamas. You go get off the boat for a minute. Then y'all swing around, come back, man. That's a good time. And give you time to try out the food. You ain't too far. You know what I'm saying? And it's quick.
and then somebody I know every time they go on one, they come back sick.
I don't know what they doing. Like,
Every time they go, man, I will jump. I told one of the friends at work. I told them if I ever go on a cruise, I'm gonna be that one dude that's wearing a life jacket all day, every day. You won't see me without a life jacket. I'm gonna have a life jacket on. I don't care if we in there eating fine food. I'm sitting there with a life jacket on, sleeping in it.
they gonna be trying to figure out what's wrong with dude.
I'm like, listen, this is my first time, and my buoyancy sucks.
No, look,
Buoyancy or whatever. When I jump in the water, I sink like a rock, bro.
look. I can't float. I can't float either. I can't float either. But I have no intentions on trying to test that out there in that water. I've
I
had one
sink.
instance in which I've tried. We was coming back from an excursion where we went snorkeling and we were trying to swim back, and then It started raining. It started raining. The wind started blowing. The current was blowing out, and we was trying to swim in. I'm talking about, I don't think I had ever swam that hard in my life. It felt like I wasn't going nowhere. I,
Did
I
it
was
feel like
tired
you
as
was in a
hell.
dream?
I'm like,
See, that'd
I'm
be
not
that
moving.
right there. See that right there, stuff like that.
I'm not
That's
moving.
why we want to do it.
But this is us getting off the boat and going to the excursion, having kicking it on the boat. We ain't have to worry about that.
Man, see, y'all tripping, man. I'm sitting up there. Man, all I can think about is the Titanic,
But what? Why would you think about that?
man. Cause man,
These, these
before
boats
that
are
ship went down.
these boats are named the Oasis of the Seas, and celebration is different.
Man, I don't care if they name Jesus wept.
No,
Listen, I'm
no,
telling
Noah's Ark. He was like,
you,
nah, I ain't getting
Noah's
on that.
no Noah's Ark. Listen, hey, I'll be thinking twice about that, man. I'm telling you, I'll be thinking twice. I said I eventually, probably one day, eventually, I'm gonna go on one. I know I am. I stay in Florida, so eventually, I'm gonna either I'll meet somebody or eventually, I know I'll go on one. But boy, when I do, y'all gonna know about it.
You cannot be out here thinking negatively, man. When I said I made the comment that I was gonna end up having to throw somebody overboard, and sure enough,
Hey, calm down, man. Calm down.
I almost had to throw somebody overboard because they kept trying to sit next to one of my daughters, or try to get one of my daughters to sit next to them. They
Oh,
was being
okay,
weird,
well,
so they
okay, well,
almost
that's
got
different.
tossed overboard.
Yeah, that's different.
They said I almost made a shark day.
Man overboard.
We're holler at you. Yeah, that almost happened. That
See, I ain't trying to
almost
be one
happened.
of the people that don't come up, don't show back up either. Yeah, he went on that cruise. Over Moby went on that cruise. He had a nice little time, but he never came back. Whoa,
Come on, man. Look, Moby, we done been on 7 cruises. I done made it back every time.
you been sick?
No,
No.
no, man. You just got to remember the boo boo on time and don't be touching people. Right?
What do the boo boo got to do with anything, man?
Like, that's all you gotta do. You got you
What's up,
gotta remember
Derek?
what up, Derek?
What the
Dark
boo
Knight
boo
in
got
the
to
house.
do with anything?
Yeah, you gotta remember, man, because people be eating too much. You get excited when it's just all you can eat, and then they don't use the bathroom like they should because they be
I'm
drinking
telling
and
you,
then they get
it
dehydrated.
one that dude every time, man. I'm telling you, every time he go on one, he come back sick,
Yeah, he
and I be
don't do
like,
it right.
man, I don't know about this, man.
That's the move. You just gotta make sure you stay hydrated. You gotta make sure you boo boo on time, and you can't be out here touching people. And see, we also don't get in the pool. We don't get in the pool on the boat. We get in the ocean, but we ain't getting in that pool on the boat because there's a
You
whole
don't
lot
get
of
a
young
fool, huh?
people with kids. Huh?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that. We don't do that. We
Yeah,
make
that's
sure we
true.
stay away from high hepatitis areas.
So
That
y'all,
ain't making
so
that ain't
y'all just
making
like
no
it's
better
just a
sense.
getaway.
Huh?
It's just a getaway for you. It's not
Yeah,
even so much. It's not even
yeah.
so much as being on the water, right?
Not at all, man. It's just we don't even you don't even pay no attention to it. Like I'm a water science, so I go and I mean it's cool for me. I get up in the
Hmm.
morning and I watch the sunrise and I catch some of the sunsets. But other than that, like most of the time, most of the crews don't even deal with you being out paying attention to the water. It's about the entertainment on the boat and the people that's on there. But it's not one of those. It's not one of those things where you hanging off the side or you feel the boat rocking on most instances. You don't like that. Don't happen.
Hmm. Yeah,
You just up there kicking it. And you nice enough. You gonna meet people. You be meeting people.
it'll be it'll be just my luck. I get on there and a storm is coming, or the ship is moving, and I'm feeling everything. It'd be just my luck. I get on there, and I'll never get back on there. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And that's just my mindset. I can't help but to think that way.
Come on, man. Come on, man. He said never get on pools on a cruise. Like let me look. I know. I've only been on one, and we've done more than our share of cruises. Like the last one we went on was right around those hurricanes, and we never. It was never super sunny. Never super sunny, but it was solid days out there, man. It was solid days. We wasn't rocking it was windy. It'd be
Mm,
windy, but you don't feel a boat rocking like that. Like it don't be weird. It just depends on where you
uh,
go. There's some of those places where you go where it can get a little weird out there, and we don't take those
mm.
cruises. And they're trying to go to Antarctica, and I just don't
Wow,
understand taking vacations to places that's cold. That just don't make sense to me. But
Antarctica. That's a
Antarctica,
long cruise, ain't it?
yeah, yeah, she trying to be gone a long time. But
Wow.
trying to go to Alaska. Like Alaska, don't make sense to me. But look, good people. We gonna say it once again before we go on
Oh, it
about
is
this
10 on.
thing. Y'all stay safe out in these streets and be on the lookout for the strategically reckless. Doot, doot. Hey, it's coming. Hey, it's a club shirt that's coming.
Oh,
You want to see
I got.
penguins? I know it's some penguins that's right at the Georgia Aquarium. I know they got some.
She want to see some live penguins, some real. I mean,
They are real.
some,
Look at this.
some real. Them real hood penguins, the one that
She
straight come
want
out the hood,
she
not the
wanted
one
to
you
see
brought to the
them.
zoo.
Now there are some penguins there in their natural habitat. Like that's what she wants right there. Like she wants the whole thing. You need an Eagles Super Bowl shirt.
Just go to your
Okay.
local good. You're not gonna get a Super Bowl shirt. You might get a NFC Championship shirt. You won't get a Super Bowl shirt.
Moby said the Super Bowl shirts going to Ecuador.
Yeah, them Super Bowl shirts. Yeah, you gonna see the little kids in Cambodia wearing them. You ain't
Hey,
gonna
look,
you won't
people.
get that. Them
Cambodia,
little kids out there talking about Eagles 2025 champs. This damn lie.
Cambodia is crazy. Hey, until next time, good people, y'all stay safe out in these streets. Cambodia, be on the
Yeah.
lookout for y'all box falling down the sky.
Bye, Eagles. Bye.